I've been helping people with money for more than 20 years, but no one stumped me more than the princess.
I'm stressed, I go to the mall. I'm angry, I'll go to the mall.
I'm here to help this princess take control of her money and her life. Over the next 4 weeks, she'll live on a strict cash diet and complete weekly challenges.
Several people have suggested to me that I have a shopping addiction.
If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform her from spender to saver, and I'll give her up to $5,000 to help her pay down her debt.
If I see it and I like it, then I'll buy it.
No changes, no money.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. She's a princess.
Meet Princess Rachel.
My name is Rachel, I'm 25 years old.
Rachel works sporadically in daycare and spends every cent at the mall.
I spend about 8 hours in a week shopping. If I see it and I like it, then I'll buy it.
She has multiple credit cards and she maxes them out.
Decline. Going to concerts, movies, going out for food, jewelry. People have suggested to me that I have a shopping addiction.
She'll go and buy concert tickets, and she hasn't paid us for the car.
The car isn't the only thing Rachel gets for free. Living at home means Mom is waiting on her hand and foot.
I do her laundry, I cook for her, I take care of her. It is hard for me to be tough because you always want to protect your children, right? That's her mother's job, is to protect her children, right?
But Rachel's not grateful. In fact, her petulant entitlement has reached outrageous heights.
Rachel tells us we should sell this house and move into a smaller house and get her an apartment, because that's what she's entitled to.
I think it's a great idea.
Rachel's full of great ideas. She dreams of heading to Teachers College, but without a full-time job, she depends on sub-in calls from local daycares. This means Rachel's only working a few hours a week.
My dad is more like, you should work for what you want. And my mom is the one who's like, we can try and help you.
While Mom thinks she's helping, her defeatist attitude is undermining Rachel's independence.
If she did live on her own, she would not have any money to survive.
It's kind of surprising how different Rachel can be with her parents, because with us, she's fun, she's spontaneous. Whereas with her parents, I find her getting annoyed a lot. I find her snapping at them.
Why would you call my friends?
I don't know, why can't I call your friends?
She'll fly off the handle, start yelling, stomping, slamming doors.
Rachel's stuck in a state of arrested development. I'm going to help her grow up. Hi, Rachel. Gail Oxlade. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Come with me. You're the girl who thinks that parents owe their children everything.
Yes.
But you're not actually a child anymore. I mean, you're 25 years old. You're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
How many months have you paid rent?
If I'm going to pay rent, then I'm not going to live at home.
What we're going to do is we're going to look at what some of your friends and family have to say about you.
Okay.
Let's see what Crystal has to say.
This isn't just, oh, I'm just going shopping. This is a habit, this is an addiction. I'm worried that when she does move out, she's not gonna stop, but it's just gonna keep going.
When you hear her saying the things she's saying, what do you think?
I think she's right. It's hard when someone tells you something bad about yourself.
Listen to some of what your dad has to say, okay?
All right.
She doesn't seem to realize that it costs money to live, and she's spending all her money right now on enjoying life.
I worked for my money, so I'm gonna use it how I wish.
If you want to move out and be independent, how are you going to pay for it?
I'll be working.
But you're working now.
Right now it's only part-time, it's not.
But that's your choice.
Yeah.
Get a full-time job.
It's really stressful to work.
Welcome to adulthood. Let's hear what your mom says.
It's hard because I love her and I love having her around, but when I think of it, it's not what you want to do for your adult children. You don't want to be cooking for them or cleaning for them. It's time they did that for themselves.
I can take care of myself.
How would you know that? You've never had to.
I want to say, Rachel, I love you, but you can't live at home forever. And if you keep spending like this, you're never going to be able to save any money to go out on your own.
What upsets you about that?
Kind of feel like I disappointed them a little bit. I just haven't been such a good person to my parents.
It boils down to whether you are going to pick up the reins of your life and actually make something of Rachel. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the numbers so you can see the black and white of it.
Okay.
I have your mom and your dad here because I think it's really important that we all get on the same page. One of the big mistakes that parents make is that they let their children bring home their paychecks and they let them keep it as disposable income. Let's look at the numbers so you can actually see what's been going on. You're saving nothing. So you keep talking about this fact that you want to be independent, you want to go out on your own. What are you doing in terms of taking steps to get to where you want to go next?
Nothing.
Rachel is only spending about $460 a month on her needs. So she isn't in any way self-sufficient. And this debt repayment amount?
That's high.
Yeah. It's because you have so much debt. $24,000.
Just seeing that number, that was too much.
You are spending 101% of your income on wants. Hello.
I didn't know it was that much.
When I saw the numbers, I wasn't surprised. I know she spends a lot of money.
Here's your spending for 1 month. Clothes on the 1st and the 1st, and in a restaurant on the 1st and the 1st and the 1st and on the 2nd, and more clothes on the 4th, and some entertainment and in a restaurant, and some clothes and some clothes and some clothes and some online shopping. This is all want. None of this is need. Almost $1,500 on pure self-indulgence. What she's doing is she's using shopping to make herself feel better because she doesn't have a life.
It reinforced what I thought, that Rachel just doesn't see what she's spending.
We're earning $19.91 a month, which worked out to about $27.5 a year gross. To live the way you are currently living, you would have to be making an income of $43,000 a year gross. And to live the way you're living right now and get your debt paid off, you'd have to make $56,000 a year.
That makes me feel sad and broke.
So I need your commitment. Will you promise me that you will keep your hands out of your pocket and you will let her grow over the next 4 weeks?
Oh, good altar.
Promise?
Promise? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to choke it out, eh, Debbie? Listen, I get this, okay? You want to do everything for your kids. Right now, she is neither happy nor independent. This is about taking control of your money and your life. I'm going to give you a series of challenges to do over the next few weeks. You do the challenges to my satisfaction. I'll give you up to $5,000 to help you pay down this debt. You don't do the challenges, you don't get the money. If you have the wrong attitude, you don't get the money. So over the next few weeks, there are a few things we're going to do. We're going to try and make you into an independent woman. We're going to get you to face your financial reality. And we're going to get you to stop being quite so wasteful and recognize the value in some of the things that you have. Now go get your cards. You're going on a cash debt. Coming up, she's 25. Let her go.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
Rachel is a 25-year-old princess who expects it all.
I think that my parents should provide a house, a car, and a computer for me because it's their job.
Still living at home, she barely works, while Mummy and Daddy keep her in the lap of luxury.
Last year, she went on 5 trips.
Yeah, I've been to Cuba 3 times.
But their handouts and overprotective hovering have stunted Rachel's development.
I'm hurting her. I'm not helping her, right? By doing all these things where I'm not teaching her to be independent.
I told her friends and family to stop enabling her, but her mother doesn't think this is the right time to cut Rachel off.
I'll give her 6 months to straighten up her act. I'll give her another year, so maybe after she's done school, so maybe give her another year or 2.
I don't need a year. I'm only giving Rachel 4 weeks to grow up. And if she succeeds, I'll give her up to $5,000 to put a dent in that debt. Do you have your cards?
I do.
Give me those cards. And you get $50 a week.
Wow.
$50 worth for food and what else?
Basically, it's food and entertainment.
I'm not scared for me, I'm scared for Rachel. Hope she can survive on that.
And so we come to your first challenge, which is your Get Real challenge. I have for you keys to your own place. It's not fancy. It's shared accommodation. You get a little fridge and you share a stove, and that's what you can afford right now.
I don't know, this is not how I wanted to see her living on her own.
You also don't have your car anymore.
Really, she does need her car.
She can't afford her car and have a roof over her head and buy her own food and save some money for the future.
That's what
So
parents
sometimes it's choice. No, it's not what parents are for. Debbie, you did your job.
Okay.
She's 25. Let her go. I'm sensing that this might be more of a challenge for Rachel's mom than for Rachel.
I'm just gonna stay out of it and let Rachel do it. So Rachel has to do what she has to do. I'm not going to interfere.
How much did you make last week?
She gets unemployment.
What? Stop answering for her. You are not her mouth.
Okay.
How much did you make last week?
I'm not sure.
You know what, Rachel? You go home and figure it out. Okay? You can't have the car. You're moving into the homestay. You're going to do a budget. You're going to do our debt repayment plan. This is 4 weeks. Let's see what you're made of.
All right. They all seem to think that I can't. So I'm going to show them that I can, and then they'll be so proud. Ready to leave.
You need help?
No, I don't need your help.
Rachel's excited about heading out on her own, even if it's only half an hour away. Mummy Dearest, on the other hand,
Bye.
Goodbye.
Take care. Goodbye.
It's not like I'm traveling to Australia.
I know. Drive carefully, Krista. What can I say? I'm going to miss her even though she's rude to me. I'm going to miss her.
Wow, sweet. It's a cute little room.
shared accommodation might not be a princess's dream, but it's what Rachel can afford on her part-time income.
I'm all by myself, which is exciting, but also scary. I'll just sleep with the light on.
She survived without her car. She kept up her fair share of the household responsibilities.
I don't know how to turn it on. Oh.
But living within her means meant Rachel had to venture into some very new and unfamiliar places.
I've never seen anything like this. Only on TV or in the movies. I'm afraid someone's gonna take my clothes. It's 75 cents for the soap, and then $1.75 for the laundry. Maybe $2 to dry, so $5. This is a lot different. Different lifestyle.
How do you like living on your own?
I do, I like it. Just having my own freedom, and I don't need to answer to anybody.
Maybe it's the fact that your mother's not nagging your pants off.
Maybe.
Are you determined then to find a way to move out on your own?
Okay. Well, I got a job. It's gonna be full-time.
That's fabulous.
Thank you.
Rachel wants to move out, and getting a full-time job is the first step. But without a deadline, her goal is just a dream. Time to nail down some details. This is your Set Goals Challenge. So I'm going to send you someone to tour you around and show you places you could live.
Okay.
And you can see what you could afford or what you may not be able to afford. Okay, you know what? Go do what you need to do. I'll see you next week. And make me proud, girl, because so far you are. Coming up.
My new dream apartment would be 2 bedrooms, brand new. So how much is it to rent?
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
When I met 25-year-old Rachel, she was acting like a teenager, stifled by her helicopter parents.
If I'm stressed, I go to the mall. And then when I buy something, then I feel better.
She had expensive tastes, but only worked a few days a week.
But now she's not going to have any money to do anything.
Now I've challenged her to get real, live on cash, and learn to fend for herself. Rachel wants to move out of the family nest, but she's getting some mixed messages from her parents.
At her age, some people are already out on their own. They own their own homes.
She's never going to be able to live on her own. She would not have any money to survive.
Her Set Goals Challenge is designed to help her map out a plan. One of the 5 steps in goal setting is to identify people that can help you along the way. So this week I'm sending Rachel to meet up with a realtor.
She definitely is going to hit a reality check of what it costs to live in Toronto. I think she's going to have to go through credit check, employment letter. They're going to be picky, actually, about who they choose here.
Wow, very cute. My new dream apartment would be downtown, 2 bedrooms, a walk-in closet, a living room and dining room, place to park, a pool, and a gym, brand new.
Nice list, but what will it cost?
So this place has everything. How much is it to rent?
It would go for about $1,700.
I think I'm gonna have to revise my dream list.
With a little more perspective, Rachel headed off to see something closer to her price range.
I'm a little bit scared to see what kind of apartment I can actually afford. Bars on the window. Oh, wow. It's very different from the first place. For a basement apartment, this isn't bad.
I've seen a lot worse.
Exactly.
I just prefer something more new and
What do you
not
mean
a
new?
basement.
But like, what's wrong with the basement? Are you too good for a basement? Is that what's happening here? You need to be more realistic of what $700 is gonna get you.
We could always keep looking. I'm sure there's more.
You can definitely tell that she still lives at home. She needs to move out and understand how it is in the real world.
The expert that I sent to take you around thinks that you're living in La La Land because you are totally unrealistic about what things should cost.
I don't think it's bad to want what I want.
Right?
I just realized that it's expensive to want all those things.
In other words, you can't have what your parents have until you've worked as long as your parents have and are making the money your parents are making, right?
Right.
Right.
If they wanted to buy me an apartment,
I'm not going to bang my head against this wall anymore because I'm starting to get a headache. So the next thing we're going to talk about is this obsession you have with buying stuff and then just wasting that money by giving it away or throwing it away.
okay.
Before meeting me, Rachel spent nearly $900 a month on clothes, and her bedroom is full of the evidence. So now we come to your next challenge, which is your Give Back Challenge. You have a lot of stuff. This week's challenge is all about learning to appreciate what you have. In this challenge, Princess has to give back to her community. So Rachel's going to donate her clothes and her time to a local charity. We'll see if she learns to appreciate what she has.
She was saying that she had donated a lot of times, but she had no idea what happened to the donations afterwards.
Rachel brought in a bag of brand new and barely worn items, figuring the charity would be able to make several $100s by selling them.
Look at that, they still have the tags on them.
I think I only wore this a couple times. It makes me feel good to know that somebody who needs them will be able to use it.
Take textile, put it in the textile bin. Accessories, shoes, media. The rest of them are labeled on the wall.
People working here don't have as much as I do, so it's interesting to hear their stories.
I think she's starting to realize now, not everybody has money just to throw away. She thought she was gonna get $250, $300 for all the clothes.
$9, 3, 6, 9.
Ended up that she was gonna get $50 for all of them when it gets sold in here.
They made me think about my life and that I'm really lucky. So it makes me appreciate more what I have.
My time with Rachel is almost up. Rachel's come a long way, but how far have her parents come? I decided to check in with them. I wanted to have a quick word with you because there's something I need to talk to you about with regard to Rachel, okay? She is stagnating where she is. You're stifling her. You're holding her down.
I don't think she's out of the ordinary.
I will beg to differ with you, okay? I am going to encourage her to move out on her own. To hold her home serves your needs, does not serve Rachel's
What about her
needs.
schooling?
Rachel can actually work and go to school at the same time.
And move out? How's she going to do that? Like she did the numbers and it didn't work out, so.
I'm not in the least bit surprised to hear you say that it'll never work out for
I
her.
did say it'll never work. I said it didn't.
You want Rachel to stay home. I know you do, because you're putting up all the barriers that would encourage her to stay home.
Living at home, you can be independent and live at home as well. So.
I don't believe she can. I don't think you'll let her.
I will let her.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
And when she gets in debt, she's going to come to you for money, okay?
I'm very sorry.
Okay, so am I.
My challenges have definitely helped Rachel. It's too bad her mother couldn't see her daughter's potential.
So it was a positive experience for Rachel. For me, not really.
Coming up, so I have for you today.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
When I first met Rachel, she was a petulant princess who went shopping to escape from her overbearing parents. Over the past 4 weeks, I've had her move out on her own, create a budget, live on cash, set goals for her future, and learn to appreciate what she has. You want Rachel to stay home. I know you do. Although there was significant pushback from her parents, Rachel proved that she could live an independent life. Before I give Rachel my final decision, I wanted to meet up with her friend Crystal to see how she thought the process went. Have you seen a big change in Rachel?
Now she's kind of really taking this seriously and really considering what this is doing for her life. I think her mentality has changed, and I think that her kind of perceptions of money and shopping have changed.
Well, I've seen so much growth in her in the last 4 weeks. It's almost like she's gone from 17 to about 22. So let's see what Rachel has to say, okay, Crystal? Come on in, Rachel.
Hello.
How was your week?
I had a really busy week. I have 2 interviews this week, one this afternoon. And I actually got an email from the school board, which is a really good opportunity for me.
So do you think you've had a big change this 4 weeks?
Yeah, I do.
Your biggest problem is your parents. Not only do they enable you, but they actually encourage you to stay too young. They're always looking for ways to fight your battles for you.
When Gail was talking about my parents, it kind of like hurt a little bit because I know what my parents are doing for me is just to help me.
With me, I expected you to behave like an adult, and you did. Do you feel more in control of your life now than 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
You've done phenomenally well.
Thank you.
I could not have asked for more from you as a participant on the show.
Thank you.
And the growth that you have shown me, I just want to encourage it with all my heart. Okay, so I have for you today a check for $5,000. Okay?
I'm glad Gail's proud of what I did, and I tried to do my best throughout this whole thing.
Okay, I have something else for you. I have for you a gift certificate so that you can go to the movies, not once or twice, maybe 5 or 6 times. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay, give me a hug.
A+ for me, gold star.
I can tell she loves to go shop. She's all out of control. She can't stop. Designer clothes, jewels, hair. She's throwing money everywhere. My head is spinning. Oh, 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 oh. She's a princess. She's a princess. Modern day princess.